What happens when two of entertainment's biggest personalities clash on live television in a way no one saw coming? Today, we're diving into one of the most explosive celebrity interviews ever recorded, when Paris Hilton and Kelly Clarkson went from friendly conversation to full-on confrontation in minutes. A routine promotional interview turned into a television moment that left viewers stunned, producers scrambling, and social media on fire. It all began as a normal day on The Boss, Kelly Clarkson Show. Paris Hilton was scheduled to appear, promoting her latest fragrance line, a new collection generating buzz in the beauty industry. The studio was calm, the crew in their rhythm, and Kelly, known for her warmth and charm, was ready for what she thought would be a light but insightful conversation about entrepreneurship, fame, and Paris's evolution from reality TV star to mogul. As cameras rolled, Kelly opened with her signature enthusiasm. Welcome back to the show, everyone. I'm here with the incredible Paris Hilton, entrepreneur, icon, someone who really needs no introduction. Paris, thank you so much for being here. Paris smiled, polished as always. Thank you for having me, Kelly. I'm so excited to be here and talk about all the amazing things I've been working on. The start was smooth. Paris described her fragrance collection, explaining the creative inspiration and her passion for bringing something fresh and sophisticated to market. Kelly nodded along, asking questions about the process, even adding a few anecdotes about her own experiences with perfume. The audience laughed and applauded in all the right places. Everything was going according to plan, until Kelly steered the conversation somewhere else. "You know, Paris," Kelly began carefully, "I have to ask about something I think a lot of people are curious about. Over the years, you've been very open about your growth and your journey, but I'm fascinated by the difference between public persona and private self, because I think you've really mastered building a brand around yourself." Paris's smile stayed, but her body language shifted. "Of course, Kelly. What would you like to know?" Kelly leaned in. "When you look back at your early reality shows, the whole dumb blonde persona that became so famous, was that authentic to who you are, or was it more of a calculated business decision?" The air in the studio grew heavy. Paris's smile tightened. "I think that's a pretty personal question, Kelly, and honestly, it's not really relevant to what we're here to talk about today, which is my fragrance line." But Kelly pressed. "I just think a lot of young women look up to you, and I wonder if you have any regrets about playing into certain stereotypes, even if it was smart for business." That was the spark. Paris's voice cooled. "Kelly, I think you're making assumptions about my career that aren't accurate. I've always been in control of my narrative. I've never done anything that didn't align with my goals." Kelly tried to clarify. "Oh, I wasn't criticizing. I admire everything you've built. I just mean, do you ever feel like the media forced you into a box that wasn't really you?" Paris cut in, her tone edged with steel. "The media has created plenty of narratives about me. Not all fair or accurate. But I've never been forced into anything. Kelly, that's the kind of condescending attitude I've dealt with my whole career. Everyone assumes I was some airhead who got lucky, and now I've somehow become legitimate. It's insulting, and I'm tired of it." The audience froze. Kelly tried to regain footing, pointing out Paris's hotels, perfumes, and DJ career. But Paris wasn't letting go. "Really? Because 5 minutes ago you were calling it part of a dumb blonde act I should regret. You can't have it both ways. Either respect what I've done or don't patronize me." The exchange grew sharper by the second. Paris accused Kelly of questioning her intelligence, of asking questions she would never ask male entrepreneurs. Kelly, flustered, insisted she asked challenging questions of everyone. Paris shot back. "Challenging? You basically asked if I regret my success. That's not challenging, that's rude." From there, the clash spiraled. Paris accused Kelly of gaslighting her, dismissing her answers, and trying to box her into a redemption narrative. Kelly, increasingly defensive, insisted she was only trying to have a meaningful conversation about authenticity and growth. Paris wasn't buying it. Kelly, you invited me here to talk about my business. Instead, you decided to psychoanalyze my career choices from 20 years ago. How is that meaningful? How is that relevant? The audience looked like they were watching a car crash in real time. Some uncomfortable, others riveted, phones already recording what they knew would go viral. Kelly tried softening. Look, Paris, maybe we got off on the wrong foot. Let's talk about your fragrance line, which I know you're excited about. But Paris shook her head. No, Kelly. You don't get to insult someone and then just move on when they call you out. You made assumptions about me, questioned my intelligence, and when I pushed back, you tried to spin it like I misunderstood. That's not a misunderstanding. That's you minimizing me. Kelly grew defensive. If you can't handle being asked about your career choices, maybe you shouldn't be doing interviews. That line broke everything. Paris stood, her chair scraping loudly. Her voice was icy. Don't you dare tell me what I can or cannot handle. I've built empires, survived scandals, reinvented myself more times than I can count. I don't owe you, or anyone, an apology for my success. Kelly stood too, raising her voice. Then why are you so defensive? Why can't you just answer? Paris glared. Because they weren't questions. They were traps designed to make me look shallow. You wanted me to say I was fake then and real now. Well, no, I was always real, always strategic, always in control. The tension was unbearable. Producers looked ready to cut to commercial. Finally, Paris grabbed her purse and declared, You ambushed me. You pretended this was about business, but really, you wanted to dissect me for ratings. That's not professional. It's exploitative. Kelly's voice cracked. Paris, please. Walking away will just make this worse. Paris turned, fire in her eyes. Worse for me? No, Kelly. Worse for you. You'll be the one explaining why your guest walked off your show. You'll be the one explaining why you couldn't conduct a simple interview without insulting me. Kelly's composure snapped. If you can't handle scrutiny, maybe you shouldn't be a public figure. The studio gasped. Paris froze, then gave a chilling smile. There it is, the real Kelly Clarkson. Underneath the fake warmth, the fake empathy. Thank you for finally being honest. She walked to the edge of the stage, turned to the audience, and said clearly, I apologize you had to witness this. I came here in good faith to promote my business. Clearly your host had other plans. Kelly tried to salvage, Please, Paris, don't do this. I respect you. Paris shook her head. Respect isn't about intention, Kelly. It's about impact. And the impact of your questions was to minimize me. I don't need to sit here and play along with your assumptions. My story is mine, and I don't owe you or anyone an explanation. With that, Paris walked off stage, heels clicking as the audience erupted into shocked whispers and lifted their phones. Kelly stood frozen, fighting back tears, before turning to the camera. We'll be right back after this break. But the damage was already done. Clips spread across social media instantly. The so-called Paris Hilton walkout became one of the most talked-about moments in daytime TV history, sparking debates about celebrity respect, authenticity, and power. Dynamics between hosts and guests. In the end, Paris's decision to walk out wasn't just about one interview. It was about drawing a line in the sand, proving that she didn't have to diminish herself to fit someone else's narrative. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is refuse to play a game that was rigged against you. So, what did you think of this explosive confrontation? Have you ever seen an interview unravel this badly before? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more shocking celebrity stories and behind-the-scenes drama you won't find anywhere else.